times, I'm just gonna say that, like, I was talking to my friend yesterday, and we don't know what subject we should talk about because everything's like a jungle. Like, it is a jungle. People may not believe me, but it's a jungle. Okay? No matter which topic people want to talk about, then statistics, what America is about, then yeah, it's a jungle. I'm gonna put it this way, if people can start to come in slowly. We need to start fixing some things. Like, I know I gave to the new Ken Paxton, the Texas judge or whatever he's running for, right? Today, I as a Muslim gave him all the radical organizations who are part of the Muslim Brotherhood, and how it's all about the reading, guys, and the research, what you do and what you find, what you don't find, things like that. If you do not look into behind the doors, I say it's all about the political party leaders. If you don't read a little bit about them, you're pretty much not going to understand the picture. I mean, you can be a person who don't educate religion but live with your Bible just at home without a teacher. That can even work. But the political parties, how they do stuff in any religions, it's unbelievable at times, right? So, like, I was just sitting and listening to the Republican parties, how they said that this is why I don't like to talk about this, but I feel like today's just the day to have a better understanding, and you guys can tell me, what do you believe in? What do you believe in? I'm sandwiched. I say this all the time. Muslims in one direction, if they're going to help the Jews, then the Christians are like, you're not supporting us either. And when you guys come together, we're the sandwich. We just watch the show. We don't say nothing. That's clearly how it works. Crazy it may sound. You guys come together and we just watch the show. It's always been like that, right? So now the midterms are near, and the midterms are in, I believe, November, right? It's in November, right? Now, if you were to do a little bit of review, like I said this before, I'll say it again. I think Trump done a couple of good things, but when it comes to local America, I'm a little concerned about that as an American, because we are headed to midterms. Howdy, howdy, come on in, guys. We have much to talk about, and I want you guys to share your opinions as Americans too, because it's about all of us. This is our house, and I want people to review their thoughts. What is written for our house tomorrow? Share your thoughts. Come on in. I'm doing good. I'm here to review, like, the midterms are near, and Kamala's at the corner too. What's meant to happen in our house, guys? Come on. Tell me, all you guys. Come on in and tell me what's meant to happen in our house. I want honest thoughts from you guys. Like, if you have something to share, please tell me. Like, what is your vision for America? Like, I'm so confused based on what's happening these days. I don't even know. My view, well, historical point, I think Trump should pay attention to, like, houses. My dad was telling me that a lot of the insurance companies are making more money than the seller. And I've heard, maybe in, like, my cousin told me a long time ago, in like 2026, the housing prices was supposed to go down because the buyers can't afford it. And instead of the buyers, like the home insurance or medical insurance, are getting paid more than the homeowners itself. That system, that needs to be adjusted some way. One field needs to cut down, either the insurance or the seller who's selling it to a owner, you know? I feel like that needs to be first. And then my dad, some of the people in local America, like all my friends, have told me that how groceries, it used to be like, let's say you got 3 items, right? 3 items used to be like, what, $5? Now you get 3 items, like double the price, $10, right? I feel like this is the thing Trump should focus on in American. But at this point, when I'm seeing, like, I spoke to Ken Paxton today, the Texas judge. I gave him all the illegal people who are part of the Muslim Brotherhood, and I told straight up that, hey, put these under jail. If you want to save America from radicalization, you need to investigate these organizations linked to the Muslim Brotherhood organization. And I'm like, I gave him a picture too of all the organizations that has, like, the 2 swords of the Muslim Brotherhood and all the organizations linked to it. I'm like, this is what you need to do. You need to investigate all these organizations, sue them, but get rid of them from America. They cannot stay. Otherwise, America is going to continue to get radicalized if these organizations are not gone. I'm so proud of America right now. I feel like a mess right now, like baking a cake, just integrates alone. It's like a mess, but once it's all done, America's gonna be stronger. We just need to get our stuff together, guys. I mean, we need to think like Americans, act like Americans. We just need to look at statistics, like who's being a bad kid, who's being a good kid. It doesn't matter who you are. Bad is bad. Bad is bad. There's no if, answer, but. Bad is bad. I can say to a Muslim that, hey, you're being a bad child. This is a bad job you're doing in the country. Bad is bad. There's no if, answer, but. Bad is just bad. Just like how you yell at your children. Like, hey, you're being a bad girl or a bad boy. You need to stop doing those things. We have Jewish, Christians, Muslim kids, right? We yell as parents all the time that, hey, you're being a bad kid. Same for America. We just need to yell at the bad people. It doesn't matter who it is. Bad is bad, and we need to investigate better to get these weirdo organizations just like out, right? And like, I know right now, don't get me wrong, guys, I want you to give me your honest opinion, because whenever I talk to my Christian friend, I spoke to her yesterday too. We spoke for like 3 hours before I went to sleep, right? And One Direction, we have it says like Judeo-Christian Republican, One Direction Christian Republican. I'm just like, I'm a Muslim, bro. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to vote for? We gave our vote to the president. We already did. After that, it's between you all. Because when it's a Republican, it's a Republican. And that the only difference between the Republican, I was reading about this yesterday. It made me feel like weird. The Republicans believe in a tradition that would be a Judeo-Christian tradition. The Democrats, they believe in church and state separate. And more circles are linked to that. Crazy as it sounds, you guys can read about it. And if I could share my screen, I would show you what ChatGPT says. And because sometimes you wonder, like, how do people get votes? Like, what is their technique? What is their style that they get so much votes? Like, look at 1999. I'm not sure who was the Republican back then. Look at Clinton. I'm not sure was he a Democrat, but what you look at is like, what is their technique? How do people turn towards their side? Like, what is the technique? So I was reading about that. That's pretty much what it is. And it was a weird thing I have ever read, and it's not something I can put on Twitter because it's going to make me look wrong. But it's something. We need more religion back in public schools, in our lives and home. I just told you, like, if you're a parent, right, whether you're a Jewish parent or a Muslim parent or a Christian parent, right, you will teach your kid the religion regardlessly, with or without a school. But it's what educators are teaching in school. And this is what I tell people all the time. And this is something to think about, like how someone Jewish told me that Russia is using the Christian churches to educate like evil stuff towards Ukraine and religion. And I'm like, is that even possible? Like, is it? I went blank for a minute when someone Jewish told me that, and I told that to my Christian friend. So it's really on the country. What the country tell the pastors or the Muslims or whatever, what to teach in the religion schools. If you're not going to figure that out, it's not going to make any sense to you at all. At all. Like in the early days I was reading, right? It's very important to remember the before and after story, right? The king of Iraq, right? King Faisal, right? This is a true story. Just like the Ayatollahs who are the monsters today. The king of Iraq, they already had a religion. It was Islam, right? But the military murdered the king. And then they made these radical organizations all over the world, which we know as political radical Islam. Russia was the same way, that I've seen many pastors give speeches that if they do not educate based on what Russia political leaders want, they get fired. I was just amazed. Is that even possible? And pastors feel a little different, like, this doesn't feel like Christianity because they're preaching violence. But it is what it is. It's on the country. How does it operate? What does it tell pastors to do? There's enough sunshine for all religions. We just need to fix our ways. That's what I keep saying. There's good people and bad people. Bad people with bad intentions, they just need to leave. Bye-bye. I don't care if you're my kid as a Muslim, you're going to get a spank. You need to go bye-bye. You don't teach that in somebody else's house. That's my policy, and that's what my parents told me. And my cousins always grew up like that. They do not say anything bad against the American people. Their best friends are mixed people. like they grew up with, played basketball with, went to college with, and had wonderful time, you know? So this stuff is like really important for people. And I said this before, I'll say it again, that if we do not fix this, it's going to be really hard for children to go to school if there's so much division, like beyond division, beyond. I say this to people, teach the good, teach people the good. That's all they need to know. Don't teach them anything mean. And in 1970s, 1 in 10 high schools graduate went to college today. Today is 4 out of 10 moving towards 5 out of 10. I know schools have become different. I'm not gonna lie. Schools, okay, one thing I do know about schools is education changes every few years. Someone from the medical school told me that the education from every school, it changes every few years. Now why we don't know, but they rotate the textbooks, they rotate the education. And I know some people, like, you know, told me here that 90%, like, you know, Jews and Christians choose the education, which is fine for what should be taught. But I think it's important that what you choose in your school, you need to keep a before and after history to make it's always important for kids to know a little bit about the previous history, because if we want them to understand a conflict, they need to remember what happened before that it's suddenly in now, you know? And if people don't read about like countries or their politics and things like that, then kids are never going to understand, and kids are going to feel confused, like, oh, is it just them? Or is it they only who hate us, without having to understand there's many circles out there who did the same shit. We just don't know. We never studied. Same shit outside, same shit in local America too. It's just people perceive it differently. And I feel that's what the Republican Party should do. After I gave my information to Ken Paxton about the Muslim Brotherhood, like there's more organizations linked to them, I feel like Republican parties should listen to the Muslims who know this shit. Because Russia's doing the same thing. Why is Russia churches teaching hate against Ukraine? Anti-Ukraine. It's just teaching religious narratives against Ukraine. And if a pastor says, no, I don't want to do this, a pastor has two choices: resign from church or get out of Russia. That's the two choices a pastor has. And yesterday I was talking to my friend when she told me about the Bible for 3 hours, like what the Bible says and things like that. You look like you're 35 and 55 at the same time. I'm 38, I'm not 55. It's just I'm not wearing any makeup and I'm sitting by my window and it's cold. So yeah, I looked all like cozied up in my hoodie. It's freaking cold, yo. It started to get a little bit better, but we're not there yet. So that's one thing about Russia, and I say this today, until the Republican Party talk to the Muslims who know this shit, we cannot get America cleaned up. I'm not sure for the Jews and Christian side, because yesterday I was talking to my friend and she told me like a 3-hour Bible lesson, like this is what the Bible says, and this is our history. She told me something about the Samaritans and early days of the Samaritans when they lived in the early years, and then she told me the tribes of Jews and things like a lot of stuff. So I asked her, like, then you would know about because she's like, oh, America's like, you know, how America's history made by fighting the Native Americans, and then natives became like, you know, Christians. But when I'm like, okay, so then you would also know about the Judeo-Christian. She's like, Judeo-Christian? I'm like, I don't know. People talk about it. What do you mean you don't know? I'm like, you're Christian. You should know this stuff. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I don't know. It's like in. How do you not know? You're a retired teacher. You used to be a teacher in America, educate little children. Then you became a lawyer, and you do not know about this? I'm like, and then I'm like, I feel weird talking because I'm a Muslim. It's not gonna sound like accurate out of me. But she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, you're a retired teacher in your 60s. What do you mean you don't know this? She's like, I just know it's a principle and it came in the 20th century, but she's like, it's not linked to like the Bible. I'm like, what do you mean it's not linked to the Bible? That's where people need to study. Okay, Bible, which would be the current Bible everybody reads, then the Old Testament, I guess, in my understanding, would be the Jewish Tanakh, maybe. I don't know. Like, this is the stuff people need to figure out. Like, okay, if one person tells you something, never get offended. I say this to all people. Never get offended. Look it up. Find its sources. Where does it come from? The more you discover for yourself, the more you would know. And never judge anybody's religions, because she told me too that the Christians also had their own wars. We never said we're perfect, but we have to do our job as a Christians. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. And now today, if you look, people are going crazy. People are like, oh, we're a Judeo-Christian nation. We're a Christian nation. Hello, America. Focus on what America needs right now. There's cars, how to get homes, how to work with the grocery prices, things like that. I've never seen Americans like just get mad at each other like that. And my dad, whenever customers comes to his store, ask him like, hey, how you doing? And he's like, yeah, well, I'm fine, whatever. Good day, bad day, they tell their feelings. Because it's like I tell my friend in Israel, I'm not the person to judge Netanyahu. It's not my place. He likes the guy, he hates the guy, that is fully up to him. That's his leader. I can say about something about mine. I mean, like I said, I'm not saying Trump's a bad person. I just feel now midterms are getting near, and the Republicans really need to focus on American needs before they lose the numbers. They lose the numbers, they're not going to make it. And people kind of feel that, which is not a good sign. It's actually a very bad sign. But so much has happened in order to clean our house, guys. Where to proceed? And that's what I ask you. Like, what is your logic? How to fix America in order for the Republicans to gain the numbers again? I mean, if you look at it, there's a lot of shit that's happened. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying from my point of view just because I'm a hated currently right now, but there's more to it. A lot more to it. Like, I was reading in the early years, like in 2024, right? The way that the Democrats lost is because 90% different groups voted for the Democrats, but a lot of Muslims liked Trump. They trusted Trump, so they gave him all the votes. They agreed with his philosophy, things like that. And well, like I said, he did a lot of good things. He maintained the Middle East wars. Not a lot of people could do that. He maintained people from getting into wars, even though he's getting judged for it. That, oh, you're doing constant war, but he maintained it. There's a difference when you encourage it and maintain it. But now in local America, we just need to figure out solutions, how to solve this puzzle back and forth. Now, some of the spaces that I sit into, I don't really sit into spaces anymore. There really is no point in me. I just do my own stream and listen to what you guys have to say, my subscribers who are family to me, is that One Direction, like a lot of my Christian friends feel like they're divided. They really feel like they're divided. And in One Direction, of course, then like Judeo-Christian values. So like when I sit in these spaces, I don't know what to talk about. I feel like I'm a outsider. If I'm going to say something about a Jew, a Christian's not going to be happy. If I say something about like a thing, so I just listen really respectfully, you know? I don't say anything about it. I don't. I mean, what am I supposed to say about it? Nothing. So a lot of these people are doing this, and I feel like this is not a good start for America. It's going to create so much divide, a lot of divide. That's not going to get us anywhere. We need to fix our own problems at the go-away. Bad is bad. It doesn't matter who you are. Bad is bad. You just need to get rid of bad people regardlessly. They've done a crime, get them out of here. Very simple answer. They've done something wrong, get them out of here. Very simple answer. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's why we follow the United States laws, Constitution, things like that, you know? And another thing I realized, if we are not going to follow the laws, I mean, why do we have lawyers, guys? Let me ask you that. Why do we have lawyers? Lawyers. Anybody want to figure that out? Why do we have lawyers? If we're not going to follow the constitutional law and we make our thing here religious law, but lawyers don't make money selling religious laws. Lawyers make money following the Constitution laws. We know what it's like. That's why we say it, that you never, ever want to connect church and state together. It's a pit hole, man. That's what the Arab countries did. That's why there's so much violence in Arab and Muslim countries from history till that time period, because they never separated the religion from the state. The day that you do that, people are freedom. I'm not sure what UAE did, what policy is there, like, but I know as of today in 2026, you're allowed to be a Jew there, you're allowed to be a Christian there, you're allowed to do a lot of things. But some nations are still living in the early 600s who don't want to do this thing. Oh, because I'm talking from my phone. My laptop is mic is closed. I don't have a mic on me. This is just my voice in my phone. If I'm gonna get tiny, you won't be able to hear from me. I'm talking through my phone, so you guys can hear me better. Yeah. Yeah, my computer's muted, so it's okay. It's okay, don't worry about it. So, I don't know, like, my job as a Muslim, I gave who are the bad people destroying my country. Oh, mine's a personal blog, yo. I share where I travel and what meetings have I had and a little bit about myself and what's pretty much around the globe. I share all that stuff on my page. That it's not like a political page that 24/7 I'm going to do that. I had coffee stream too, coffee time. If anybody want to talk about just like random stuff on my channel, bring it on. That's coffee stream. I do that sometimes too. Coffee stream, like talk about anything you want, bring it on. So yeah, I talk about a lot of things on my channel. It's not just one specific thing. Yes, I am. Right now I'm so sad watching America. I don't know where to proceed. I just do my job, whatever I'm told, and go home, basically. What more can I do? And I feel like what do you guys feel? Like, right now, I've been looking at the numbers. Guys, how do you feel about Kamala returning? Like, I know there's Iran, and I know there's a new Republican Party. Did you guys see it? Did you guys see the new Republican Party? Jacob, thanks. I'm not gonna lie, right? I mean, I know if my friend Haxar was here, he may not agree with me, but I as a Muslim, I feel different. I feel so much is missing because I see it. Right now, there's a divide between, right now, like, he may not see what I see, but I see it. It's there. Like, there's so much divide between, like, black people right now. Black and white, black and white. If I talk to my black friend, he doesn't want to hear about white people. If I talk to my white friends, they don't want to hear about black people. It's just like, you know, one of my friends literally left me because of that, right? Without a specific reason why. She just, yeah, I'm Muslim. Yeah, I'm from here. My parents moved in the 1960s, long time ago, grown up. My cousins are grown up, graduated college, and have their own kids now. Yeah. Their kids are grown up too. Long time. Yeah, long time linked to American history. But like I tell you, like, let me tell you a true story, okay? Me and my friend Ashley, we used to talk every day, right? Every day. And a guy named Andrew in my server, who were my only Christian community members, which is why I'm looking for more, because I don't know where's this divide coming from. Then later, you know, after the black and white conflict, whatever happened, a lot of the black people feel isolated or whatever. So my friend Andreo and a guy from Canada who was a black Christian, they got into some type of disagreement or something. He wrote something on his Facebook. He felt like that person is being degraded just because of the way he looked or without understanding the crime. And of course, he was defending the crime. But in social media, it looks like something else, you know. That's why I say social media is a toxic influence. They say, oh boy. After that, they didn't talk again. They ended up blocking each other in hatred. My best friend didn't talk to me because she feels like there's a divide of her being white. And I just feel so weird at this time. I don't know how to react. I don't know what to talk about. It just feels different to me. It really does. I don't know what to react or talk about. Like, I can expose Muslim flaws. I have been for so many years. But when I talk to anyone different, what do I do? What do I talk about? It makes me feel weird. Like, if I don't speak on the other hand, I look like I'm playing sides. Hey, Aman Kumar, how are you? We are just discovering about U.S. politics. I feel if this shit is not fixed, guys, we need to find a solution to fix America. We must. Otherwise, things are going to be really bad before the midterm, guys. It's just going to give the Democrats another reason to rise again. We need to find a way to fix America. We need to stop looking at racial hate or color hate. That if we continue on this problem before the midterms, we're screwed. Nothing's gonna work. We're gonna blame ourselves if something goes wrong. Look, political parties are never pretty. Name one political organization that ever did something nice. Every political party has did crimes in the world. There's not one political party that never did anything nice without committing a crime. They're politics. Every global politics party has did crimes before, okay? I'm not gonna say they haven't. This is a fact. Rather you want to talk about this political party, Muslim political party, any political party has never gone off great. It always has done some type of crime to be in power. Always. Always. And I know Kamala agrees with me. There's no such political party that's never committed a crime. Every political parties have done crimes to be in power, to remain in power, and pretty much succeed from there. Which is why I know some people don't agree with politics. That's fine. Some people don't like politics. I've seen many. But we have to find a way to work with them. Whether it's that political party or that political party, we have to work with them. And the question is, how? What do we do? What do we solve the problem with? Racial hate is not going to solve anybody's problem. I can tell you that much. People are wasting their time. Midterms are getting close and close, and somebody's really opening the gate to let the Democrats step in, because nothing's changing. Everybody's too busy on racial hate than to really solve the problem. Okay, I'll give you a tip. When I've worked for a lawyer before as a private journalist, and she would always ask me regarding her cases, like, I want you to find these resources for me for her case, for attorneys, right? So how do you investigate? Okay, you look at your American community and see everybody's identity. Everyone has a problem. The people above don't care and divide us. We're all humans, man. But I say it, if you really want to solve your country problem, you look at your country, you grow through your sources, like, hey, these people are more, just make sure that they're not committing fraud. Anybody who's committing fraud, they just need to go. I've been in the US all my life, I'm in Kumar, and I'm fine with it. But as a Muslim, I'll be honest, my job as a Muslim, I just listen to whatever the parties decide. As long as they're treating me fine, I'm okay with it. But when they decide with each other, it's not my place to butt in. I never have. That's how I see it. Even right now, with this racial conflict. Like, some people say, people are forgetting about law and the Constitution, yo. That's bad. You're going to see a lot of violence, a lot of hatred, a lot of unforgettable messes if people don't stop talking about this shit. Some say it's a Christian nation. Some say it's a Judeo-Christian nation. Some black people say we done everything. White people say we are being degraded. And when I'm a Muslim, I'm just stuck watching the show. What do you want me to do? I'm hated from all directions. It doesn't even seem ethical for me to say anything anymore. I'm hated from all directions during this time period. What am I going to do? Nothing? Anything I say is just going to be the magic word what people say on social media. Oh, it's taqiyya. Okay, if I want to help you, it's taqiyya. If I do a crime, it's taqiyya. If I do a good job, it's still taqiyya. Does anything work? So I just stopped trying. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait till the time is normal. But yeah, I'll just do my thing and let people figure it out. That's how I feel sometimes. Because there's really not anything I can do. It's there. It's just this time right now. And I tell like my educated Christian friends, like, we need to find a way to fix things for America. And she says it to me. It's bad. It's bad. In the midterms, okay, look, I'll put it this way. Key to your win is how you treat the people of the country. That means everybody. Your people are your voters, okay? Your people are your voters. If we're not going to please the people, because not one country has one specific group. Yes, myself, I'm looking for other countries' masters, because degree is no use when you see to exist. Please don't stress as you are on your own. Can't change anything. Don't worry about it. No, but like, I want my friends to feel happy. I don't like this. I've lost friends because of this divide. It's not because of me. It's because how they see each other. And it hurts me too, because I'm a Muslim. And I'm in the middle of it. I can't make peace based on what they see for each other. Me, I'm hated both directions. When it comes to me, we say it all the time. Muslims do, who know the truth. We're hated all directions. Doesn't matter if we choose that way or that way. We're still going to be hated. But when it comes to listening other people's pain, we listen. And I feel sad because I've never pictured my longtime members would hate each other all to some color or race due to how people are being treated. It's just feels unusual. And I say it, the more and more it grows, it's going to be hard for the midterms to ever win, because right now all these incidents are under the Republicans. They have to find a way to adjust with the people. Like, it makes me miss a story, right? One of my Iranian friends told me this, right? And it's true, because every country has, I'm white English and religion isn't a problem. The problem is the government. Well, in UK, but might be the same in USA. UK, okay, I'm only responsible for what I see for Muslims. I see UK's biggest mistake is not to verify the smart Muslims. They let too many political useless Muslims in. I'm probably the smartest Muslim all over the America, that I know what's right and wrong, and I say it. That, hey, I don't support this under my religion in America. Yes, 9/11. And you know what? It's funny, Rick, you brought that up. I have something interesting to share with you. You know the CARE organization in America and a man named Nahid Awad, who's the admin owner to CARE? After his launches in America, 9/11 happened. And I was reading about that. So it's like you welcomed the rat who had a plan to destroy you already. And I was just like, what the? Like, for real? Like, no kidding. Are you serious? Like, the rat was right in front of our eyes for so many years after he entered 9/11 happened. The rat was here all along. This is what people need to investigate. Like in UK, I say, is that there's too many dumb Muslims. I blame UK. Like, until you know a little bit about them and there's willing to support the UK democracy, UK gave them all the rights. Good, you can pray, you can go, you can have your halal meat, whatever. What more do you need? You don't need any more than that. And I say this all the time. If you have that, you don't need more than that. You know, you got your needs. You can pray, you can have halal meat, you can do your thing and go home, read Quran lessons, okay? Be at home. That's what more do you want? It's not an institution country. You can't, like, institute 24/7. That's not what the country's for. Channel reported. Oh, hi, look who it is. Get off the page, buddy. You sound like a clown on this page. 133 subscribers. If you're here to stalk my page, you're going to be removed. And put me, it's going to be removed. Remove. Jesus forgives, do not. DHA is monitoring the channel. I have never said anything hateful on my channel. There's nothing hateful on this channel, like literally. Not one thing have said anything about hate or country hate, nothing towards anyone. They can report it, and I know YouTube's listening. There's nothing hateful on this channel. It's just basic talk. If you were to talk to a friend and just talk, share your thoughts. That's basically what this channel is. Just share. How do you feel? And some people, they do not like that, hey, why are we talking? So yeah, that guy only has 25 subscribers who reported my channel. He has a weird screen name and he only has 25 subscribers and 6 videos on his dumb channel. That he's like, oh, I reported it. Yeah, the guy only has 6 videos and 25 subscribers who just started YouTube. Okay, cool, buddy. Thank you for the announcement, but nobody cares. But like, yeah. Honestly, I say this to all my members. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you are on my channel. We need to work together to resolve this. Okay, look, I'll give an example, okay? And I want to know your honest opinion, especially a Christian, because I've seen too many of my Christian friends get into a fight due to each other. Not me, each other. Seriously, don't stress about online people. Like, okay, like I said, my friend from Canada, right? And 2 Christian, one from South Africa, one from here. And the one that was here, she would talk to me every day. Every damn freaking day, that it feel like our day did not go until we talk. As the time flew by and these weird changes started to come, she stopped talking to my friend in Canada, all because he was, well, black, and he got into a fight with someone from South Africa due to a vision he didn't agree with, because a guy was telling a black man or something that he's wrong, and he didn't follow the law or whatever, something like that. Internet is internet versus real sources, right? So he gave his perspective, thinking he's not guilty, and they both got into a little bit of argument, and they blocked each other like hell. After that, my friend who lives here, she didn't talk to me either. Now, if you want to put it like a, sorry to us, but how old are you? I am 38. How you doing? I know I don't look 38, but I'm 38. So now when I sit with them, now guess who I have? I only have my Iranian friends. I don't have my friends in my server who I used to talk. Now I just have my Iranian friends, and just to talk to them, and someone from Israel. And wow, when I look at my American friends, it makes me sad. Very sad. Like, yo, bro, it's okay. That one's from Canada, you're in South Africa, and one from America. Why are you offended? It's just a simple topic. Why is it affecting you personally that you don't want to make link with anybody anymore? This stuff, yo, it's sad. It's effective, it's sad. Didn't want to talk if you're young, as in didn't want to change your mind ethic. Didn't want to talk if you were young, as it didn't want to change your mind. Me, I spoke with many circles, bro. I'm a very social person. I didn't grow up hating anybody. The way I grew up, hey, there's one more for on my table. Come on in. That's how I did in high school. In fact, in my high school, I would bring 1 or 2 bags of chips, and I would share it with everybody. That one chips I would give to my friends, and we would just divide that one little chips bag. It's our most memorable memory of high school. Yes, 100% Jew, like the truest scripture of Isaiah summarized the life of Prophet Muhammad, but the Jews deny the truth. I don't really say stuff about like Jews. It's not my nature. I just respect whatever they believe in, whatever they don't believe in. That is fully up to them. I'm nobody to tell them why or why not. I know some Christians have debated them because of the First Testament and the Second Testament, but I don't really cut into that conflict. It's just not my place, and neither do I feel comfortable about it. Are you going to the restaurant? I might go maybe in Saturday. Maybe Saturday. I might go to a Persian restaurant. But like, bro, I tell you, like, now I don't know what's America's future. Like, as Americans, we need to stick together. We need to come with cures together. This hate is not going to solve anybody's problem. The more and more the hate grows, the midterms are coming here. And you know what? I say this sometimes. You are just giving a gate for the Democrats to accuse us. And Kamala's right in the corner watching. So no matter it's the Christian on that side or that side, whether it's a Muslim on that side or that side, whether it's a Jew on that side or that side, we just need to fix the mess. Whether it's their side people or that side people, we need to fix the mess. We just do. I mean, I've seen the new Republican Party. I don't see anything wrong with it. Me as a Muslim, I don't see anything wrong with it. I'm willing to give it a chance. I gave Trump a chance. Many Muslims gave Trump a chance. The problem is, not us current Republicans, then people come down to skin color. Like, oh, what's wrong with the current team? Why do we need a new one? That's where this unusual divide comes from. And it just feels weird. It really does. It's sad. Yeah. I don't see anything wrong with it. So what is your suggestion, all Americans on my channel? What is your suggestion for America? Many people have lost the ability to sit down and have a conversation. Instead of sitting down and having a conversation with, would you have ever go to Christianity? The only thing I know is that many of my siblings do respect Christianity, because my cousin, she actually married a Christian. Her husband's Christian. And half my niece is now grown up, blonde hair, very beautiful. She married an Italian man, Christian. But she never forced him to convert. But she does celebrate all the Christian religious holidays because her husband's Christian and things like that. You should never be friends with people based on a faith. Couldn't commit, don't understand American politics. You should not be friends due to a faith. You cannot even date someone if your mind is like that, because you're going to be too busy focused on who's a Christian, who's a Jew, who's a Muslim. If you love somebody, just love somebody. You don't love it because of the faith. You love the person for how is your relationship with the person. But nowadays, people are just so into the faith. Like my friend who we've been friends for what, like 7 years? And we didn't picture this day would come. Some people ask her, like, oh man, how could you be friends with a Muslim? They're the kids of Satan. You should be really careful from a Muslim. And when she tells me that, I'm like, it's okay. Don't tell your friends that you're friends with me. If you feel embarrassed about it, don't. Yeah. Yeah, she tells me that. And they literally got her like, oh no, don't be friends with a Muslim. They're the kids of Satan. She's the one who told me that the churches are now teaching that the Muslims are the Antichrist. And I'm like, bro, it's okay. It's okay. If America's allowing it, it's coming through someone, just let it. Time will tell. I believe in God. You believe in God. If it's meant to continue, it will continue. If it's meant to come to a dead-end corner, it will end. We don't need to worry about that part. We've been friends for 7 years. We shouldn't let those 7 years go into a faith of what stuff is around. That's just no way. And she's like, we've been friends so long and just stuff outside. What are you going to do about it? It is what it is. I remember a Jewish friend, right? My Jewish friend told me a story when she was like, what, 7 years old? They really teaching that about Antichrist? Seriously? That not good. My Christian friend told me, bro, whatever she tells me, I listen. She talks to me almost every day. And she told me that my friend is a coward. Can't we leave religion in the Iron Age and move on? If a church is teaching that, then it's a cult, not a religion. No. Islam is stupid too. It made a lot of stupid mistakes. I say it. In fact, right now, I wanted to post this man and give it to the Congress, but I think due to the hate, it's not able to get around. He's a black imam. He lives in New York, and since there's too much hatred around, I feel like he closed his page, and his Facebook page is closed, and that's really dangerous and concerning. That why did he close his page? Did something happen to him? Or like what? That all his inspire education to the Americans and support for Christians and Jews, and he suddenly just like closes it. That's like a dangerous sign, bro. That's not a good sign. Why did he do it? Did something affect him personally? Did somebody give him a threat? I don't know. It's unknown. And she tells me as a teacher, there's so much stuff going, and I tell her, look, we've been friends for 7 years or more. We talk every day. You share your emotions. You share your feelings when you live with your mom as a retired teacher. If things are meant to continue, they will. But don't enforce it. And no, if your friends don't like that you're being friends with a Muslim as a Christian, it's okay. But hey, one friend left me too. Okay, one friend stayed even though her friends don't like her being friends with a Muslim. The other one left me when we used to talk every day. Suddenly she just leaves me because her thoughts and visions change. Sure, what's your question? What's your question? Ask away. What's your question, Amal Kumar? What is the question of the day? Make it a good question so everybody can see to it. Every religion has extreme ideas. That's when we need to call out the people. We need to call out anything related to extremism. All the teachers in America, all teachers. Hello, I'm from the United States. I'm Jewish and I respect the Muslim people. They're good at least. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Jason. Welcome to the channel. You touched my heart. Thank you so much. I respect everybody. I did not grow up hating anybody. It's just not in my blood. It's not in my blood. I grew up with many mixed friends. It's just not in my blood to hate anyone. I can't do it. It's useless. I can be mad at, like, hurt for a couple of days, but not hate them physically. No. That's a complete different story. Complete different story. And honestly, in order to de-radicalize America, whether it's the Christianity, Judaism, or Islam, we need to get rid of all the radical teachers in religion. That's the only way this hate is going to go away. Political leaders need to cooperate with to terminate. If the political leaders are not going to cooperate, it's just going to, well, continue. I don't want to distinguish between my Muslim friends, but they bring their religion. The part is the extremism, my friend. And I was studying about that. Now it's just so overboard. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. Many leaders picked up the agenda. It's too overboard. I was reading in the early days of Egypt, the Muslim Brotherhood when it was new. It wasn't as critical. It wasn't as critical as it is now. Back then, they were a little weak. As I travel the world, I see that most of the people just want to be happy. Well, that's what life is supposed to be about. Just raise your children, raise your kids, and just go home. Have few friends. You don't make friends based on someone's faith. You make friends how your children are treated. That's not what friendship is for. If you live on that, it's going to be really hard for you to date, unless if you date your own. I'll put it like that. If you're not going to attract with people, it's going to be very hard for you to date, unless if you date your own. You won't be able to date another but your own because of that vision, that self-vision. And that vision just needs to like sail away. I'll tell you a story, okay? So my best friend left me because during this time, someone who used to talk every day, she just stopped because I'm a Muslim, and whoever told her that she cannot be associated with me anymore, she stopped talking to me. Okay, no problem. Then I spoke to someone Jewish, and I spoke to someone Jewish, and she told me a true story when she was like, I say 7 or 8 years old, and they would play sports together, kickball together, everything. And then one day, I think it was her parents, like the parents said to the child that, oh, Jews killed Jesus. And that friend said to a young age girl who's her best friend, by the way, that I can't be your friend anymore. You killed Jesus and I can't be your friend anymore. And I'm just like listening to the story that she was young, and she went to anxiety mode as Jewish, like my best friend left me, all because of a faith. Her parents told her that Jews killed Jesus, and they stopped making link. Like it gave her anxiety. That's my own best friend left me due to a faith. This is not real, bro. These are not how things should be. Radical preachers are everywhere. What do radical preachers collect? Money. You pay them $1 million to enforce a script, they'll do it into the country. They are on hunt for money. They're not on hunt for the people. They're on hunt for the money. You pay them, they get it. In fact, I told the right? The religion was already there, but he wanted to turn Iraq into a secular country, and he wanted to give Iraqi people a better life. Then one of the military people, like a captain or whatever, I think his name is Qasim, he arranged the military to kill the king. What does that tell you? Political party or religion? It's the political party. They arranged his murder and killed him, and ever since then, military took control of Iraq, and extremism was born. Iran, the Shah was in charge. The Shah, right? Everybody knows who the Shah is, right? Around 1970, Ayatollahs came into power, and 1979 they get in. But Ayatollahs themselves stole the jihadist ideology to impress his own people. There's sources to prove that. It's not his own ideology and religion. He stole it. He stole it, the idea of radicalism, and enforced his own country. This is facts about political leaders, man. Every country has a before and after story. What the political parties have done to the people. Was it ever a good time, or was it always a bad time? The truth is there was a good time, but it's killed by a political party. Russia was the same way. Around like 1975 or 76, yes. If you understand that, you will understand what's around. It's very simple. People just put it on religion. No, you can be a Christian or a Muslim or a Hindu or a Jew at home without even going to church. That's on your parents. And hey, I want you to learn the Bible at home and read the Bible at home, not go outside. Your parents can teach you religion at home. That, hey, I want you to learn this religion at home. You're not going anywhere. Parents can do that, that I want you to learn. Yes, the individual good mostly, but when the crowd is when they take the shape of Islam, Christianity, or Hinduism, they lose individual. It's all about the power, my friend. Oh, and political parties are all about the power, enforcing their agenda on the people. They're not really about the religion itself. They're about the political power. I actually had friends who lived in Iran and loved it before the fall. My own cousins as Muslims are not ready to go to Iran till it changes. Because they don't accept Iran's culture. They say it's fraud, it's wrong, and Ayatollahs are the demons of Satan. It truly is. Yes, they are, because he stole the jihadist ideology, and for 47 years, those people were abused under a jihad ideology launched by the Ayatollahs. One day I'm going to stream about that if I can open up my stage. That I will need my stage to show you guys stuff. That how he stole the ideologies from Ali Okutab, his jihadist ideology, and he enforced it into the country. Now, some Iranians today, they hate the religion. Obviously, I don't blame them because they don't know what their political parties have done to steal the ideology. They think it's the religion, but it's a stolen ideology. Stolen one. Early days when the Muslim Brotherhood was launched. It's all about the political parties. Political parties have a big play into everything. You don't understand the political parties. You will not understand how they're enforcing their agenda into things by using religion. I just gave you Russia. Russia on camera looks like a decent country to tour, travel. It is a beautiful country. But if you study Russia's politics and what is Russia's agenda towards other countries, you're not going to find good things. You're not going to find good things about it. You're going to pretty much find the same thing, what it said about Iran, how Russian churches educate to hate Ukraine, some sort of religion ideology to hate Ukraine. Same picture. Just like how America was taught like death. That's not in the Quran, by the way. Anybody can look it up. The Quran doesn't say death to America. It's a political ideology launched by Iran years and years and years ago in the Muslim Brotherhood. Now you think for a minute, if it's not in the Quran or the Bible, where does it come from? That's the political parties. You need to read about them, that, hey, when did they launch this political ideologies? Where did it come from? And it tells you a lot. And the death to America script comes from the Muslim Brotherhood. Iran stole it, started educating it. See, not a lot of people know that stuff. And that's what I say. It's very important for the Americans, whether you're a Jew, Muslim, or a Christian, Hindu, we need to step together and research all the political parties that's preaching an agenda. We need to read the past. We need to read, did they ever have power at the time and how did they get powerful? I'll name one, Nahid Awad. Nahid Awad was not that powerful. He got powerful. The CARE organization dude, he was not powerful. He got powerful throughout time. And now Americans are learning now. Atheists, I would say atheists, I've spoken to atheist people. I have a friend who's atheist. They don't really believe in anything, but they can certainly participate a healthy change. That, hey, do you believe in a healthy change or a bad change? That's something they can participate in. You sure you didn't grow up in the 70s or anything? You are a very smart young lady. No, my parents are from that time. I'm from the 1990s, old-fashioned girl. Go to school, come home, do my homework, go to school. No computers at the time. No computers at the time. Just your parents, homework, and school. 1990s lifestyle. There were no computers or internet at the time. That was late 2000 when people had stuff like that. But I do know in today's society, people need to do it. If we are not going to do it, and we are not going to encourage people to do it, America's going to get scary in specific formats that Americans are not going to imagine. Because of belief, because of someone's vision, because of someone's views. You don't want that. I'm just going to put it that way. You do not want that. Atheists do believe in different things. They just don't believe in fairy tales. Right. It's okay if you don't believe in religion books, but you do believe in a healthy change, right? Everybody wants a healthy change. Like, hey, I just want my country to be healthy. This is how. And that's my inspiration today, that even if Kamala's coming back, she's going to compete with the Republicans. I, as a Muslim, I know the feeling because I feel like I'm divided into particles. I am divided into particles, and that's why I wanted to isolate myself. Not because I hate anybody, but there's really nothing I can do at this point other than help when required, which I have been. But this little divide of tradition, religion, vision, skin color, it's just like weird. Very weird. And it's not going to bring anything good to anyone. Like, I've been monitoring the Republican Party. There's a lot of social media influence which is toxic, but what's the change? If you have healthy talk with local Americans, like different Americans, Muslims, Jews, Christians, Hindus, you take their education, and then maybe people can make a difference. And I gave mine to Kenny Paxton, who's the guy who announced the ban to the Muslim Brotherhood, who has sued CARE organization. I gave him sources. I gave him every source that I've streamed about, published, documentation that, hey, this is who you need to terminate from America. I'm saying it as a Muslim. You just need to get rid of these guys. If you want to de-radicalize the country, these are the names you need to kick out. Regions rarely bring anything positive societies. I just feel we all need to come together. It really doesn't matter. Positive change is not going to come until people agree to each other. You have to agree first. And I've seen so many parties, Christians argue each other, then Jews argue each other, that no, we don't want this. It's like right versus left, they say. But it really doesn't matter if it's right versus left. It doesn't. The bottom line is somebody needs to come to a conclusion. What's the operation? What's the cure? How to make things great? And I say this all the time, like, look, if you have more religious teachings, then there really is no concept of a lawyer, because the lawyer is going to teach for the rights of the Constitution. It's not going to fight what the religion law says. There's a humongous difference what America has. Like in Iran, I don't think Iran has lawyers because it's a religious law. Or Arab countries, I'm not sure if they have lawyers either because it's religious law. Where religious law runs, where are you going to get a lawyer? Who's going to fight for your case? Lawyers don't do religious cases. It can't do shit. What is it going to do? Nothing. The day religious laws come into the Constitution, lawyers' career is over. I'm not going to say I just did my part as a responsible American. Give them to the organizations like, hey, what he needs to ban from my half as a Muslim, which I gave it to him. Rest is on him. What he chooses, what he doesn't chooses. I did my part, and I feel proud I did my part as a Muslim. I gave it to him, what organization he needs to ban. Rest is up to him and his political friends. I'll put it like that. I'm nobody to say anything about the guy. I mean, I said this to many of my Christian friends. If you do what's suitable for you with your political parties and you share what you needs to be shared as a Christian, I'm nobody to really help anybody with that part. That's fully up to Christians, what they feel needs to be done from their side, their religion, faith, their practices, what they feel needs to be changed, what not needs to be changed. Yeah, I'm nobody to help on that. Yeah, dogma, clause, judgment, discouragement, officials thinking secular society lets people act on reason, evidence, and values instead of blind belief. I wouldn't say that. Like I said, religion, let's say your parents don't send you to a church or a mosque or any of these places. Religion teachings can also come through parents. If your parents were pastors or teachers, they don't need you to send you to a school. They can just teach you at home. But it just needs to be suitable to, like, also make your kid, for example, let's see if I can give an example. If my parents were true, like, imams or a rabbi or a pastor, they would tell me, like, hey, I want you to read one chapter every day from the Bible or the Quran, whatever you want, right? But also, it would have to educate me to maintain my trust to the country. That's one thing if you teach religion at home. And my parents taught me. They didn't teach me anything to go against the country. In fact, when I go sometimes, like after 8, 9, 10 years sometimes with my husband to see my one and only in Pakistan, they literally tell me that stop calling yourself from the Pakistani culture. You're an American. And yesterday, me and my mom, we were sitting in the car. She was telling me that Pakistan is not what it used to be. She's like, no more tolerance. Stuff has dead. There's no more tolerance anymore. Girls do what they want. They don't really get along with their in-laws anymore. And she was telling me that not even your own cousins and relatives listen to you in this generation. She's like, society's not what it used to be. It's completely changed. And I said, well, maybe you're right. It's not the society she grew up in. Now, as of today, it's my way or the highway. No, I'm not atheist. Yes, I'm a secular Muslim, but I do practice like things that my parents encourage me to, like kosher, eat kosher or halal, and dress respectfully, like decent, nothing bad, things like that. And I after my baby, I wore hijab one time. I only wore it for like 2 years because my hair was dry, and the doctor said you really need something for your hair to prevent it from the sun. So I started covering it up. And my mom, oh my God, I still mock at this today. My mom made so much fun of me. She's like, take that thing off. You don't look good. When she's a Muslim, she would tell me, take that darn thing off. You don't look good. I'm like, Mom, you're a Muslim. Why would you tell me to take it off? And she's like, take it off. I don't want you wearing that thing. But my cousins in Canada, they wear it. The oldest ones, they wear a hijab. It's all on preferences. But some people didn't do it like that. They done really, really bad things using religion as a weapon. Very bad things. And if America needs to get rid of bad society and talk to people how to do it. It's not with one group. You need all groups. All groups to fix America. What needs to be changed and what not needs to be changed. That's the best way I can put it. And if we don't fix it, you are technically giving the Democrats kind of like a gate because they're monitoring. And that's going to be kind of like their tug-of-war rope. Tug-of-war rope. Like, look, you guys didn't fix anything. You guys didn't fix anything. And you were telling us we're the bad guys. That's going to be their tug-of-war. Like, hey, you guys are sitting there not doing anything and you're calling us bad. What did you adjust? First impression is your last impression, guys. Always remember that in the politician world. Your first impression is the last impression in the politician world. If they don't get stuff together, that's going to be their gate to kind of come into power again. And this time, nobody can really tell them that they're wrong because what's fixed? Society goes away without Christ, and the reason you have a voice in America is the values of the Bible. Yes, because I respect what my Christian friend tells me. I listen to her, anything she says about the Bible. I never say she's wrong. I never judge her religion. I try to understand what she's telling me in a format. Like when she teaches me and she tries to tell me, and I read a couple of scripts before. One of my friends from South Africa gave me a scripture too, like I forgot what that scripture was called, where everybody sits on the table together and Jesus encouraged them to have a meal or something like that. That scripture she gave me. And I read it. I thought it was an interesting scripture, how he advocates for people to have a meal together, love your neighbors on the table. I forgot that scripture of the Bible. I'm going to have to find it. Anything they tell me, any of what Christians tell me, I never judge the religion. I never judge it at all. I try to understand what they're telling me in my best format, like what the book says. And we talk all the time. Not once have I judged anybody for having faith in the Bible or say anything bad about it. Because in the end, even though some people don't agree to us and some people deny us, which is fine, I say sometimes people may not learn right this moment, but when the world ends and how it's supposed to end, they will learn then. Just not right this moment. Maybe later on with time when the world ends. Maybe they will learn then. Just not now. We say it all the time that Muslims do, that you cannot reject Jesus. He's a really important name in our religion too. So anything that my Christian friend says, we listen. I listen and I try to understand what she's saying. Like in what format and things like that. And we talk very openly. We don't degrade each other. We don't hate each other all because of the narrative is changes somewhere, or narratives say that, hey, I'm the kid of Satan. I know a long time back before October 7th, there were scriptures like that about the Jews too. I mean, narratives change every few years. But the question is, who pays to change it? Look at Russia. I asked this to my friend, that you're a Christian. You know the Bible does not say anything about Ukraine, but why is the Church of Russia putting religion aside of Ukraine's war? You know? It's the country. That's when you know it's not the religion, it's the country who's using its politics in religion. Is America in the Quran? No, it's the country using religion into politics to target another country. I'll give the biggest example of all, and I studied this shit. And I asked this question many times, and I want people to give me an honest answer about this. The Quran does not say anything related to fight the Zionist regime. So where did it come from? People think for a minute. If it's not in the Quran, and Muslims have played a role in the Holocaust movement against Hitler to hide Jews in a mosque. If it's just like Islam, like how people say it today, why would you hide a whole bunch of people in a mosque? The truth is, this ideology was launched by Egypt through the Muslim Brotherhood. Replace Judaism or views towards Jews with Nazism. Nazism, like hate them to the grave, and stuff started to expand more throughout the years, and they turned it against, well, the Zionism, of course. So that's when, you know, political leaders have a really big play changing shit around. If people don't read about it, you're not going to know about it. All religions, Christians, Muslims, have a good and bad perception. People just cherry pick good and take. It's all about studying. You just have to study. Don't study the religion. You have to study the political leaders who've been ruling in power. How did they make shit happen? How did they use the religion? What did they do? And I tell you, there's a lot more countries like that. People just know. Like, I told this to my friend that if China were to adopt one religion today, China's atheist. You cannot be a perfect Jew in China. You cannot be a perfect Christian in China. You cannot even have babies if you're a Muslim. They will make you have abortion. You cannot be a Muslim perfectly in China. They will literally make you have an abortion. You just can't. If you get pregnant in China, you're going to be forced to abort. I'm not sure for Jews, but I just know you cannot be a perfect faith believer in China. If China were to adopt one religion, I would say that's just my estimated prediction. If it did, it would probably be Christianity because it doesn't have a great view against Judaism or Muslims' religion. That's if it ever agreed to adopt a religion. But you cannot be yourself in China due to the way China thinks. I've read about like a lot of regime leaders, right? This is on my Instagram. The most evil regime holders, like use religion against the people. And you want to know who was in there? The old China leader, Ayatollahs, and Hitler. I forgot one more president. I think he was the Russian president at the time. I'm going to have to post that video in my description box. But these are all evil regime leaders who killed their own people for politics. Could anybody imagine? Yeah, millions and millions of death on their own people using religious politics. Satan, maybe, I think, I named most of them. One was Hitler, one was China's early days president, the Ayatollahs, and maybe him. I don't remember, I'm going to have to review. But these were all the world's evil regime leaders to their countries. And they killed millions and millions of people, specifically of their own. If people don't read this stuff, they're just not going to understand anything. Like I said, you can be a rabbi, you can be a pastor, you can be a mother who teaches your kid religion at home, because religion can't talk by itself. Somebody has to interpret it. And it's how leaders attach stuff and interpret beliefs. Sometimes half of the stuff they teach, it's not in the holy. We all need to pray for America. We need to work together. I had a phone call in the middle. That's why you couldn't hear me. I'm saying we all need to work together and pray for America. We need to work together. We can't be apart anymore. Whether you're Jew, Muslim, Christian, or Hindu, we need to work together. I'm sorry, we just do. It's now or never before midterms. We need to work very accordingly. We need to decide what needs to be gone, what needs to be changed in our own worlds, and see from there. Because then we're going to be in a book, and I'm pretty sure Americans do not want to be in a book where, or atheists, you are welcome to discover what America should be without religion. What is your perspective as an atheist, what America should be without a belief? Like, do you believe in a better living? Do you believe in a better atmosphere? What changes do you believe in the atmosphere? No, I forgot you're my atheist. Next time fix me. But this is my question to all atheists. Anybody who's atheist, what do you believe America should be? Away from belief, like do you believe in a better atmosphere? What is your taste in living? What is your vision in a living? That's my question for the atheist people. You don't need to believe in that. You need a mind in that. That's my question to the atheist people. What do you believe in a living? Like, how should living be in your perspective? That's my question to the atheist people. If we don't, guys, like, I'm pretty sure we do not want to ever be labeled around the world, like, in the book of the worst regimes. And they were mixed leaders in that. There were Christian leaders, Muslim ayatollahs, and, like, all these weirdo stuff leaders who did shitload of things with their people. I believe in America that they should have more respect for the handicapped and the veterans. God bless. You know, I believe that. A lot of the people are forgetting the handicapped people or autistic people or disabled people or someone who has a disability, right? Let's say if somebody had a disability and cannot speak a perfect English. You know, I don't know what today's vision is today. Oh, you don't speak English. You're not an American. But what if someone's disabled? What if someone is autistic and they can't talk right? I've seen many autistic children who cannot speak English so great. So they have disabilities or autistic problem. They can't speak so great. And people, they judge in today's society, oh, you sound so different. You don't know English, so you're not an American anymore. It's weird. I believe in America that it should save more respect. I believe you, Jason. Yes, we need to work on our veterans. They're getting old and they need help. You can find good and bad and all evil and wicked. Yes, that's everywhere. Tell me 1 year that we never had crime problems in America. Tell me. Did we go 1 year without any incidents, without any crime problems or beaten up? We face that every day in America, don't we? America should be a secular country from religious influence. People can practice their faith. As atheists, I agree. These parts of humanity is unwanted and not just. I just know if you have children today, it doesn't matter if you're a Jewish family, Hindu family, Muslim family, or Christian family. If you believe in a safe life for your child as a parent, even if you don't like the society, you need to encourage for the better for your child to survive, because you don't know who your child's going to meet. You don't know who's going to become friends with your kid, and you want what's best for your child to survive. That's how I'll put it. We have to agree and disagree on a lot of topics. Yes, America is a Christian country. Anybody that lives there, they don't have a vision for that place. Get that right. I don't know, that place might never go there too, but people have a hard work to get it. I'm not going to say you're wrong, because like when I speak to my friend, I might see him to get Starbucks today, a coffee. And the thing is, I've said this to my friend, like, why don't Christians ever talk about their history? I feel like they should. Like, what lands have they achieved? How much hard work have they done to achieve the land? Like, what did they gain? Then if you expose that, like, what wars did the Christians get into? Then people would have a better understanding. Like, what have the Christians have gained? But by wording and just saying like, oh, it's a Christian country, you're not really educating, because that's where people can expose something like the immigrants. But if you educate, like what wars you got into, what battles have you had, how did you gain the land, like the British is also Christian, British Empire, then people can have a better understanding. Like, this is how you did it, you know? Have you been into minority, like a religion anywhere? There's problems all over the world, Wasudeepa. There's not one country in the world that does not have problems. Every country has freaking problems, and it's not perfect either. And we are all the same planet. Africa also hosting Christian country. We can start there. America's not Christian country. We secular nations study the Constitution. All I'm going to say, and that's not my place. I respect the Constitution very much as a Muslim, but I just know that we need to come to an agreement. If you are not, the clock is ticking for the midterms. Kamala's right at the corner monitoring everything for the next debate. And I'm saying this again, we have to come to an agreement as Americans. Otherwise, if we don't fix this atmosphere, the Democrats are just going to point at us like, what have you fixed? Which is fact, and which is what I'm asking. what to fix. We need to start. We need to start. We don't have a choice. No, I'm not Italian. I'm not Italian. I'm an American. So see you guys, and I'll try to do a stream maybe Friday, but like pray together, work together. I mean, all religion, we just need to come together. We don't have a choice anymore. Everybody has a play. And if we don't do our part, we won't be able to do what's best for America for this before the midterms anyway. Any other question, guys? Before I close out, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask me. Alrighty, I'm gonna see what I can find Friday, and be safe. Just keep praying for our home, and we need to keep sticking together and review things and see how we can participate to help it. I agree we need a change, but religious influence is a big problem. As someone atheist, like, it's not my place to tell you to like say anything believe in, because I have atheist friends too. But my best advice to you is to, away from religion, encourage the politicians how to fix the country. Inspire the politicians how it can give a child a better future. Like when you clean a house, you take a dustbuster and find things to dispose, right? Same thing now. You're trying to clean the country. So encourage the politicians, like, look, stop focusing on outside and worry about Americans. Stop worrying about the hate and religious problems and focus on country needs. Hey, you can work on the grocery prices or work how the housing prices can go down. This is local American problems. You can talk about stuff like that. You don't need to talk about religion. This is local American problem. You can talk about that. Not everything of life like is linked to religion. That's a fate to the heart. That's a fate to the heart that, hey, to be calm, have peace, that's where you miss the religion. But it's not supposed to be enforced on the people. That's your self-battle, whether you're someone Jewish, someone Hindu, someone Christian. Your religion is your personal soul to God in faith. Like, hey, help me out here, guide my soul what to do, how to proceed my life, help me out when I'm lost. That's the concept of a religion and relationship with God. Not tell other people. It's where your soul listens, your soul talks, and thinks for a minute what to do. America will be judged for getting God. Always remember one thing. When you say one nation under God, we always need God. And if we Americans forget that, I remember what my friend has said. He's a Christian from South Africa and someone local America. She always encouraged me that never stop praying. When I think she's an old age 60-year-old lady, and she tells me, no, don't stop praying. You need to still continue to pray for peace. And I'm like, wow, you're really strict on me for my friend. And I miss her words today as a Christian. She's just right. She's not wrong. She's 100% right. She used to exclude me as a Christian for the right and wrong things. But she's right. We're not going to make it without remembering who God is. Good and evil deeds. Fight the evil deeds. Encourage the good deeds. If we're not going to do that, no matter what the politicians decide, yeah, I'm just going to say we're busted for our own welfare as beings. No matter you follow that side or that side. All right, guys, so I'm going to get ready to close the stream. If that's your question for today, I'll try to open another stream maybe on a Friday. But let's see what updates bring. And newcomers to the channel, welcome to the channel. And we talk about everything here. There's not one specific topic. We talk about a lot of things. So take care, y'all. Nice to see you. Maybe I'll do like a coffee talk Friday, and we can talk. You guys can talk about anything you want. Take care. Bye.